Hello, welcome to Diary of a GhostEO, a show where a ghost interviews a guest. Who are you?
Hello, I'm Sarah. I didn't think this was an interview. I thought
It's an interview,
okay.
an interrogation.
A discussion.
Let's waste no more time and go straight into Ourcraft. Okay, so what is this interview about?
So you wanted to discuss AI,
Yes.
and I think we need to be more specific.
Okay. So, what I was thinking about, right, is that AI obviously is constantly in the news now, right?
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that it has been in the news for is like the cheating kind of thing in university, right? Like people, like university students, not doing any work at all anymore.
I still don't understand why we haven't just gone back to like paper and pen, and you know what I mean? Like, what's the point even now? If everyone is just faking everything, then why does it matter? Actually, this reminds me. I saw an article. I think I sent it to a friend of ours. A clip. Okay. So this is about some guy from born in Korea. He grew up in Atlanta. His parents own a consulting business, and he was admitted to Harvard, but he was suspended during high school for sneaking out into an overnight field trip or something. Sneaking out during an overnight field trip, and so Harvard rescinded the offer.
Damn,
And
that's devastating.
yeah, I don't know why we get this background, but I think the point is this. Okay, the point is this kid could have been in Harvard, and now,
Now he's stealing drugs on.
no,
Okay.
now he is. He applied for another. Okay. He.
Now he's going to Yale.
No. Okay. So he wrote a personal essay.
Yeah.
With ChatGPT and got into Columbia, and then,
Okay.
He said the assignments in college are not relevant. They're hackable by AI, and I just had no interest in doing them. So while other students fretted over the university's core curriculum, Lee used AI to breeze through with minimal effort. When I asked him why he'd gone through so much trouble to get into an Ivy League university, only to offload all the learning to a robot, he said, "It's the best place to meet your co-founder and your wife."
Yeah. Yeah, that guy specifically is, I think that article, right, is the one that's going around.
Yeah.
That's what like everyone's been talking about, because this guy is obnoxious, obviously.
Yeah.
and then there's a couple other people too who are like, what was it? There's another part in that article where a woman writes an essay on like something like ethics, and she's like, "Isn't it ironic that you cheated?"
Yeah.
It's like,
And they're confused because they've totally switched their brain off. So
yeah.
when you're like, "Isn't it funny that you're cheating and you're using ChatGPT to write something about how you really need to put the effort in to truly learn?" And they're like, what does that mean? I need to ask ChatGPT about this."
ChatGPT, explain what the problem is. Yeah. Exactly.
But yeah, I don't understand why they're not just making kids write in, on paper.
Yeah, I mean, I do think also like it depends on obviously what is being taught, right? Like that's kind of like just different.
I mean, I was studying. I was near the end of my degree when ChatGPT started, like first came out, and I did immediately use it, and it was kind of crazy. I mean, I never would paste like anything from ChatGPT, but it was more like I would put the question into ChatGPT just to see if I was on the right track, because sometimes I'm like the phrasing of this question, I'm not 100% sure if I'm supposed to be writing what I'm writing. So I would use it more as like a check to see like, is am I doing the right thing?
Yeah, and I mean, I do think like the thing is, I think there's a lot of value to things like ChatGPT, right? Like it can help you. You just need to know how it helps you, and like what kind of like a lot of these articles and what these kids are saying implies is that they're basically just copy pasting, like they're not even doing it, right? Like
or they copy paste and they just try to like change it. They spend more of their time trying to alter the text to seem plausibly their own words rather than writing their own words.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, and so I think that is a problem. I do think like obviously like the testing can change to some degree, right? But what I also find interesting, because when you look at social media, right, there's a lot of people replying to be like, why are you being people being so weird? This is just like the calculator. When the calculator came out, people
Oh
said like,
no.
you need to learn math, but still, but now you will not have a calculator with you all the time. And it's like, it's such a weird comparison, right? Because
Yeah.
like, well, yeah, you still do need to learn math, even
Yeah.
like, even with a phone. Like, it's about the development of your brain, right? And like the thing is, right, once once you can like think critically and deeply and like
Mm.
make form your own thoughts, actually read something and understand it, right, then you can use AI, right, and it might even enhance some of your functions, although you might endemify yourself as well. Like a lot of people who used to be like boomers, yeah,
Mm.
who used to be like intelligent and could read something, are now like really getting dumber and dumber with AI.
I mean, that they have no clue what they're seeing. Like some of the images that people fall for on Facebook, it's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, I saw one earlier. Actually, I commented. I was on Red Note, and it was one of these images. Look at this couple in like 1952, and look at them now. You know what I mean? And it was like, okay, so it was an old couple, and the chair behind them didn't make any sense. So I knew it was AI immediately.
yeah,
But then I looked in the background, and there's four clocks, and I was like, all these people like commenting, about it, about the like thinking that it's not AI. And I just commented, it's AI. These people are really passionate about clocks. I'm
yeah.
getting a lot of traction on that comment.
Yeah, I mean, like, I feel like there's like a lot of giveaways for a lot of different things, right? Like, I feel even like ChatGPT, right? You just kind of you can read that this is AI. Like, I feel like if you have like a little bit of affinity, you're like, okay, you will
Yeah.
never be fooled by it,
Yeah, well,
so
that's
far,
the thing.
anyways.
I noticed, I think a lot of people noticed maybe a month ago that ChatGPT has completely changed its tone and style,
Mm.
where it's almost like rizzing you up every time you say
Yeah,
anything. It's like, that's a really thoughtful
yeah.
question. You know?
Like, are you a genius? That is the smartest thing anyone has ever
Yeah,
said to
yeah.
me. It's like,
The world needs to hear your thoughts. I was like, why on like I thought this was just happening to me at first, so I was like, has ChatGPT think I have some kind of praise kink? Like what is going
yeah,
on? And then I looked on Instagram and people are talking like all about this, how
yeah.
it's doing this to everybody. And yeah, it's
I mean, it
strange.
it
I mean,
does sound like it got worse at this, right? But I always felt that way. I always
oh,
felt
it's so
like
much
I
worse.
can never. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, it has gotten worse, but I always felt like I can never take anything positive it says about me at face value, because that's what it's doing.
Yeah.
It's just trying to please me. That's what it actually is, right?
Yeah,
It's an auto, like it's a autocomplete
yeah.
for making you happy, giving you what
Yeah, I wonder
that's
if they must be researching how much people engage with it and like realizing that if it does this, you engage more. There must be some
yeah.
aspect to it like that.
Yeah, for sure. I think there is, right? Like, I mean, because people do like it, obviously, I
Yeah.
think, but it makes it much less usable, especially when you ask it about any sort of like meaningful question, right?
Yeah, I mean, I've been asking it like, can you tell me like a factual question. Can you tell me information on this procedure or whatever?
Yeah.
And it ah, the way it phrases things is so strange. I was finding myself being like, can you make this sound less BuzzFeed-esque?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It is difficult. Um,
And it's ruining
yeah.
Threads.
Okay.
Threads, the last
The last
bastion
bastion
of the
of
internet.
incredibly dumb. Like, yeah.
But I've noticed someone will post something on Threads
Yeah.
and people will reply using ChatGPT compliments, and it will just be the most ridiculously obvious thing you've ever seen. But then the original person will reply, "Thank you," "Oh, that's so sweet." I'm like, "Hello, that was ChatGPT."
Yeah.
And it
Like,
often uses the same kind of phrasing, like, it's not just X, it's Y. That's what it does all the time. You're not just breathtaking, you're show stopping, you know? Right?
I mean, I don't really notice it so much. I do hate threads for a variety of reasons. But do you think it's like relatively new then?
Oh, it's good. It's much worse. I mean, I just noticed it all over the place now.
But
Oh, and people are doing on
no.
Instagram too. I've noticed creators are using it for their descriptions. And actually, I've noticed. So I like to follow women who are like over 50 or whatever who are doing
Mhm.
fashion, and a few of them they're using it for their descriptions. And I don't know why. I mean, I feel like I've only seen it from these specific accounts of like women over 50 doing fashion content, and they'll be like, here's how I keep my legs looking young or whatever, which is not why I'm following them. I'm following them because I like, you know, I want to see their fashion and their style and
Yeah,
creativity.
yeah.
I don't even like the premise of like, you know, I'm
I
trying
need
to
to
look
keep it
young.
young or whatever.
Yeah. So, but they'll be like number one, number two, number three, number four, and it's just so obvious that they've not written any of this, and it was
Yeah.
all ChatGPT.
Yeah, I mean, I sometimes try to get it to write something for me, right? To
Mm,
give me like ideas, but it's so bad at it. Like
yeah,
I don't understand. Looking at it and I'm like this but like this is just such shit. Like it's like the dumbest thing. Like
yeah,
sometimes I ask it, it's like, what do you think would be like good topics for this, right? And it's not giving me a good topic once. Like it's just
yeah,
it's
yeah,
dumb. It's really bad at that,
yeah. The
you
thing
know?
is, because of how it works, it's never gonna give you something totally off the wall and unexpected. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
It's like you have to, if you want to make something interesting, you have to use your brain. And
And I don't want to do that.
yeah,
No, I'm kidding. I like using my brain sometimes.
uh,
But yeah, so that was the one thing in terms of AI I wanted to talk about. And then there was the other one, which is this kind of relationship stuff that people have with it, right?
oh wait, how many minutes have been going? Maybe that should be a new topic.
Now it's 12 and a half. Should we do a new
Yeah,
one?
yeah, I think so.
Yeah, okay. I mean,
Okay.
I also reached uh the surface again. I'm
Ooh,
probably
okay.
I lost my home forever, but you know,
Oh,
that's just happens sometimes.
okay.
All right. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one where we'll also talk about the AIs. Bye.
Bye.
Stay spoopy, friends.